Hello, my name is Tamara Castaneda, and I am representing Scholarship Services. West Texas A&M University offers many scholarship opportunities thanks to the generosity of our donors. Opportunities are available through Scholarship Services, academic departments, and other campus departments. Criteria for these awards include academic achievement, demonstrated leadership, extracurricular activities, performance, and financial need. To be considered for a university scholarship, simply submit the online scholarship application once each year for the upcoming academic year. Students are also encouraged to submit the free application for Federal Student Aid, or the FAFSA, since a large amount of our funds factor both academic and financial need. Completing the FAFSA is not required, however, we do strongly encourage it. Many of our scholarships are renewable if requirements are met. While the renewal requirements are different in each department, our office looks for a 3.3 or higher GPA, submission of the online application, and completion of 30 or more hours for the academic year. The 30-hour requirement is important to remember when registering for classes. But remember, the academic year includes both intersessions and summer semesters. Once you have enrolled and your statement is available, your scholarship should be credited under the financial aid section as long as we have received your acceptance forms. For anyone attending summer courses, great news. There are summer scholarship opportunities. Although most of the funds for the summer are available to Texas residents with need eligibility, there are some opportunities for other funds that do not factor either. Contact our office for further information about these. Many students receive scholarships from sources other than the university. Checks received from outside sources such as local, regional, or national foundations, businesses, charitable or civic organizations, or churches should be sent or hand-delivered to the Scholarship Services Office for processing. Instructions about where to send these checks, who to make the checks payable to, and other important information is available on the Scholarship Services website, or feel free to come by our office to obtain a copy. We will process the award, post it to the student's account, and even send a receipt to the donor. We are excited to have you on our campus, and we are here to support you in any way we can. If you have specific questions, please contact us. Thank you, and welcome to WT.
Welcome to West Texas A&M University. I am Marian Gieske, Director of Financial Aid. We are so glad to have you on our campus. I strongly encourage all students to file a FAFSA if they have not done so already. Financial aid uses the information from the FAFSA to determine age eligibility the students can receive. This aid eligibility may be in the form of grants, scholarships, and/or work study, which none of these need to be paid back, and also loans. Federal grants that students may be eligible for is the Pell Grant and FSCOG, which is the Federal Supplemental Equal Opportunity Grant. Students may also be eligible for federal work study. Students can apply for jobs that are posted on the WTAMU website under student employment. Students work approximately 20 hours a week, and these hours are scheduled around their class schedules. They also earn at least a minimum wage. There are two types of loans that are available to students: subsidized and unsubsidized. The difference between these two are subsidized loans are need-based and they do not accrue interest while the student is attending at least half-time, which is 6 hours. Once a student drops below 6 hours, then interest starts accruing and repayment will begin after 6 months. Unsubsidized loans are not need-based, and they do start accruing interest immediately. They do have the same grace period of 6 months before repayment begins. If parents still need additional funds to pay the balance, they can apply for a Parent Plus loan. It is credit-based, and if parent is approved, then the loans go into the parent's name. Repayment begins immediately with no grace period. If a parent is denied, then the student is eligible for an additional $4,000 in unsubsidized loan funds in their name. There is also state funds. These consist of Texas Grant, TPEG, and State Work Study. To be eligible for the Texas Grant, a student must graduate from an accredited public or private high school in Texas, be a Texas resident, be registered with a selective service or exempt, meet the Estimated Family Contribution, or EFC cap, set by the state of Texas, and have graduated on the foundation program with at least one endorsement. TPEG is the Texas Public Education Grant, and to be eligible, students must be a Texas resident, have need, and be enrolled at least half-time. State Work Study has the same criteria as federal, except that you cannot be an athlete. The scholarship office uses information from the FAFSA to determine need to be able to award need-based scholarships. Some academic departments also have need-based eligibility requirements when awarding certain federal scholarships and grants. FAFSAs are available for filing on or after October 1st each year. FAFSAs need to be filed annually, and the tax information to use will be from the prior year. The financial aid office hours are from 8 to 5, and we are located in Old Main, room 108. We look forward to visiting with you and hope that you have a great day.
Hi, my name is Julie Harville and I am representing the business office here today. And I am here to talk to you about our payment deadlines and how to view a student's account on Buff Advisor. To view a student's account on Buff Advisor, the student would log into the Buff portal and click on Buff Advisor and then click View Account and Make Payment. Our payment deadline can be seen on the screen here, and it must be met in order for the student to keep their schedule. Our payment deadline requirements are either to pay in full on or before this payment deadline, or to set up a payment plan and pay 25% by this payment deadline. And again, if this payment deadline is not met, the student will get deleted for non-pay and will have to re-register for school. If you choose to pay the 25% and set up a payment plan, it is a 4-payment payment plan, and those dates can be seen on the screen here. If you're having any issues making your payment, we do have an emergency tuition and fee loan that your student can apply for. It is a maximum of $2,500, and they would apply for this loan on Buff Advisor. It is a short-term 90-day loan that can be used to meet this payment deadline so that the student doesn't get deleted. Some of our payment options are to come to our business office and pay in person with cash, check, or credit card, or the student can log into Buff Advisor and pay with a credit card or checking account information. The student can also set you as the parent up as an authorized user to pay on their behalf. You would get an email giving you the link to our payment portal, and you could log in as the parent and set up a payment plan or make those payments on behalf of the student. You would also be able to see the student's bill through this portal and know every charge that they're charged and any financial aid or other payments that they may have posted to their student account would all be visible through this payment portal. If your student is receiving financial aid and they may receive a refund, we are encouraging the students to set themselves up with direct deposit. If they set themselves up with direct deposit, we can send these refunds to them much easier and much quicker, and it's just a way better source to get their money to them. So we strongly suggest setting them up with a direct deposit. Another way for a student to pay their bill sometimes is by what we call a sponsored billing. This could be something like VA Chapter 33 paying their bill, or Texas Tuition Promise Fund, or Texas Guaranteed Tuition. If your student has Texas Guaranteed Tuition or Texas Promise Fund, they can come to the business office while you're here on campus and give us that account number, and we can get them started on either one of those to be able to pay their bill that way. If your student is receiving a credit balance, we do have the option available of a book voucher. What that is the student will come to the business office and request that a maximum of $600 be put on their gold card to purchase books. And that can be taken off of their credit balance. And then they can go directly to the bookstore and purchase their books with their gold card. Our office hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we are located down in the basement of Old Main.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Leo Reed. I'm the Director of Veteran Services here at West Texas A&M University, and welcome to campus. So, our office, our main job here, is what I'd like to say is our primary role, is to be, in a sense, the liaison between educational benefits for the dependents of service members that are eligible for those benefits and the VA. As well as the Texas Veterans Commission. We work with the GI Bill and the Hazelwood exemption for Texas veterans. Two benefits that would be most eligible for as far as dependents coming to campus would be post 9/11 GI Bill. If those benefits are available, they would come to our office and we would process the information they would have and help them kind of seek maybe it's an application that needs to be submitted to the VA, and they'll send them a letter, and then we'll have it, kind of like their VA voucher in a sense. Chapter 35, which is another benefit that is for dependents education assistance. And that's one that's connected to those military service connected veterans that are 100% either permanent and totally disabled or individually unemployable. Something that's a monthly stipend that's paid directly to the beneficiary, throughout the semester and paid based on rate of pursuit, but something to offset the cost of education. For Chapter 33, it should include, it's a tiered system, so it goes from, it's tiered from 40% to 100%, looking at active days of service after 2001. That comes with total up to 100% coverage of in-state tuition and fees, and it comes attached with that is a book stipend where they pay $41.67 per credit hour. So it may not cover the whole cost of books, but it certainly does offset the cost, and they get that. They're available for that for up to $1,000 per year. So. And the basic allowance for housing. So again, that's based on rate of pursuit. At 12 hours, you would get the full BAH payment. So the BAH payment and the book stipend are paid directly to the recipient, so they can take those funds and apply them as needed, whether it's to their school account, to rent, to the residential living office, things like that. And the tuition and fee portion, that's what we do in our office. We take care of that. We submit their enrollment certification to the VA for initially, and that's to get all the other things, the process is going. So it starts to work on the payment for the book stipend, and the payment for the BAH gets their rate set. So when the semester starts, those things will pay out to the individual. The tuition and fee portion, we work in-house. We work with the business office. We work with scholarship services, all those places to kind of make sure everything's set, because the business office, we put them on a sponsored billing list saying we have a voucher from the VA, and it will cover, up to 100% of their tuition and fees. Whatever their rate is, that's what we put them on as a sponsored billing student. And then we certify their enrollment, get things going, and eventually we'll submit to the VA the tuition and fee amount for the VA to pay the institution. So, in a sense, it takes the student out of that process, and it makes it a little easier for them trying to, juggle all of those things. So we take that and we cover the tuition and fee portion of it. If there's anything outstanding, then we'll contact the student, let them know, and then see what we can do as far as work. Like I said, we work pretty well with the business office on campus and scholarship services. So see what we can do to help the student out if there are issues that come. And the third big one, which as far as a state, and this is a state program, the other two are federal, is a Hazelwood exemption for Texas veterans. Again, that was in 2009. That was made eligible. That was the eligibility for dependents usage that opened up in 2009 along with the Chapter 33, the GI Bill. But as a state program, it covers all the in-state tuition and fee costs, so the courses you would enroll for and the fees that go along with that, any state fees that go along with that. Now the student would have to cover their meal plan, housing, books and things like that. But to look at what it's providing is up to 150 credit hours of exemption there. So, I tell a student, doing new student orientation, we say you can get, that average degree is 120, 130 hours. So it can cover that, and some can even, manage to get through graduate school with that program too. So, and that's for Texas veterans that either had to join the service from Texas, had it as a home of record or the place of entry, and have an honorable discharge from service and completed at least 180 days of active duty service. So again, maintaining academic eligibility. That's a big portion of it. We first determine eligibility as far as are they a dependent. And they don't have to be biological children. If you have the correct paperwork, legal paperwork for it. We have guardianships, we have adoptions that we work with those students also. So as long as they can have proof of dependency for the year prior, and that everything else works out, then and that DD 214 matches, hits the eligibility requirements, then we'll process that.